Hi everyone, back. Unit 2, Day 2, 10th grade, using the image analysis tool. This is a series of teacher-facing videos where we take apart images on a lesson surrounding the long 19th century and modernity. This is the second part of a three-part series. In the first video, you can find it on the Passport or DOE Teaching and Learning YouTube channel, depending on the channel you look. We looked at the image analysis tool and suggested image analysis with modeling. In this video, we're going to speak about different games. Yes, you heard right. You're reading correctly. Strategies and supports for image analysis. And then in the last one, we're going to take apart, cartoons about that. Okay, but let's dive in for part 2 by heading straight for the images from the lesson. This is the first image they have, the Encyclopedia, right? It's the front cover of a French philosopher artist who was a very big part of the Enlightenment, aka the Age of Reason. Sorry, I read and think aloud at the same time, and it has a whole description that he was a mathematician, physicist, philosopher, and this is the cover. Now, if my students had to take this apart, they would tell me it's French, and I would say, right. And what image analysis? They'd have to do a whole lot of inferences. So the first thing I would do, and for any time I do image, is I like to provide students with the blurb on the side, right over here, just as they did, with any information that they can lift from it. And then I'd like to give them the image separately because, here it is, because I find that the text distracts. Even on paper, in person, I give them a separate full page image. But sometimes the full page image won't cut it, especially if we're going back to the tool, the what do you see, that is going to distract. And the what information and the title citation, okay, they can get them the first page, but the actual what do you see, if I want them to give it their all over here, I got to get everything else off, right? The text works for information in the title, citation, and context, but it doesn't work there. I need to kind of get rid of it, and what I will do is I will sometimes, as I did here for you, and just a suggestion, I usually like to clear all text, but sometimes I just want them to make the connection in the brain. I'll leave a little bit back. I pull out, if there's a lot of text and some images, I just pull out the image, and I would have students describe what they see. We've done it playing Boggle. We've done it where students list all the objects they see, and then they, as a class, we very quickly list everything. I've done it on the smartboard. Or we've done bingo if it's something even more complex, like a later Thomas Nast cartoon in U.S. history, where we made a bingo board and we keep calling out images until someone gets bingo, just a way to keep them focused. So in this image, I would, that there's books, that there's swords, the clouds, the whole angel concept. I mean, you can take out everything, but they would see like the whole Enlightenment concept, the idea of light, and that the people are gaining knowledge. I would use that for just the image, but notice I isolated the image. The next source that they provide in this lesson is Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen, talking about the Declaration of Rights of Man and the French National Assembly in 1789. They had it. It's the whole idea of rights of man, human rights, and all that. Again, I am dealing with the French issue. Although I usually take a step 2 for text, I would, before I send kids off to do this other one, I would ask them what words they recognize, like declaration, and down the bottom over here specifically, the idea of representation over here, if they see that. But what works for me in something like this, again with text in another language, is I just pull out the picture. And I would use the same Boggle or Bingo method if I had time for that. If not, I would pair students up and have them just, again, list images so they can pull out the ideas, and here they may see more here. But the whole idea of an angel and broken chains, and I'd let them list that. Notice you have the French flag back here. I'm sure you've picked that all up. But if you have that, they may be able to slowly start making inferences. Oh, new age of reason. We're thinking of new things, new form of government, breaking the chains, new type of government. And they may be able not just by do step one, but they definitely will start with inferences and may even get to the purpose. Okay. And then there's image 3. Yeah, I know. Why am I making such a big deal out of it? Because I find students, oh, it's pictures, it's cartoons. And then they look at me like a deer in headlights. Well, I'll try to share what I've figured out with the image analysis tool and other tips and tricks, but that's for part 3. See you then.